So I'm going to become a mad scientist today. We're going to see if we can turn this Kahlscheidig German dog into a lamp. Now, I do show you a lot of these 1930s Scotty lamps, but they once were lamps. And so this guy, he has glass eyes, but he was supposed to be a lamp, and I'm going to show you something insane. He was made by Kahlscheidig, but this is the GDR time frame. So this is post-World War II, but he has a well inside there. Do you see that? That all the way up into the top right there? That's a well for a perfume. That they would have put perfume drops in the head with holes in the top of the head, but they didn't drill holes in the top of his head. So I don't know what happened. What happened in the porcelain manufactory that they didn't put holes, and they didn't put a hole in the back of him. They would have put multiple holes in the top of the head, like a salt and pepper shaker, and a couple of holes in the back, and a hole here for a lamp cord, and they didn't do that. And so we want to turn him into a lamp. So here's some of the ideas I have. If you put a light inside of him, the cord, he's going to rest on the cord, and it's going to make him wobbly. So I'm going to try these stick-on feet. They sell these for electronic components and 2 sizes. And if we place these on the bottom of the dog, the cord could actually come out from underneath it without it resting on the cord, because we don't have a hole. Now, you can put a hole in the side of this with a drill. If you get a diamond drill bit that's round and hollow, but I'm not going to risk cracking him. Some people are like, oh, it's so easy. And I watched it on YouTube by putting holes in it. Yeah, I'm not that daring. But how do we anchor the light on the inside of it? You see these little wings? If the interior of this is too wide for it. So I got Corks, and I got something called Quakehold. It's actually undoable. It's a putty that sticks onto things, but you can undo it whenever you want to without leaving adhesive. And maybe I can get the Corks to attach to the wings. And then when I squeeze the little, you see that? It's a butterfly thing. It'll actually be wide enough to grip the inside of the dog. Let's see what we can do on this episode of I have no clue what the hell I'm doing. We got one, I don't know if this is going to be a good idea. I have no clue. We got one of these stuck to the bottom of the feet. We're going to make a tripod because there's an old saying that you can never tip over a tripod. Right, the beauty of Quakehold is that anytime I want to take these little feet off that had 3M sticky tape on it, I can actually twist it right off. It'll come off, but it's there to stay. And you can see that the dog has a height. He has a height that is most likely higher than the cord, and it looks neat, and it looks like he's floating, and it's clear see-through feet. There we go. People use that for like stereo systems and computer systems. So we can probably wedge the cord underneath it. But the problem is wedging the cord inside the dog, since the little clip on the light is not wide enough across. Now we're going to try to put Quakehold putty, attach this cork on each side of the wing, and get it on there, and then be able to squeeze this clip out to grip the inside of the dog. All right. It didn't want to stick. The cork didn't want to stick to the metal, so I put electrical tape around it, and here's the Quakehold. I'm going to try, it stuck to one side of the wings. Let's see if we can get it to stick to the other side. And this is going to be a disaster. I don't know. I think I put way too much Quakehold. Let's go ahead and just rock it back and forth, rock it back and forth, rock it back and forth, until maybe we get some kind of, where it sticks. We'll see in a moment. No, we'll see. All right, I wrapped it in electrical tape to try to hold it on. Let's see what happens now. Can we get it inside the figure? And hold on, I'm just going to hold down my camera just a hair. This is probably the stupidest thing. I should just leave it as a figurine. But I can undo everything I did, which is fantastic. See, we get the squeeze going on here. All right, my little cork thing actually worked because, look, it actually is staying inside the figure. All right, let's see if it turns into a lamp now. All right, so as you can see, he's sitting fine, and the cord is underneath him, but does he light up? And I only put like equivalent to a 15-20 watt bulb. I might have to take it out and put a 40 watt bulb in there. But all right, we got the extension cord. And I'm going to plug him in. All right, it's like happy birthday. You know when you sing happy birthday, you shut all the lights out? All right, you ready? All right, all right, let's go. You ready? Oh boy. All right. What? He turns into a lamp, boys and girls. And now the heat will escape from underneath the figure. Wait, let me just lower this camera a little. All right, so the heat is going, look at that. It gives it a glow underneath him too. It looks so cool. And I put an LED light bulb in there. Let's face it, it's really not going to get hot, which is, we don't want it to get hot because we don't want to crack or craze the porcelain. And holy snap. Oh, I left another light on. We have to shut that one off too. Oh, okay, it's daylight out, but it's even, yeah, it's even brighter now. It looks brighter. Wow, this is so cool. Let's just gonna move my camera around. There we go. There's our Scotty, which was a figure. And I don't know why they didn't cut the holes out where they were supposed to cut out for him, but they did not cut them out. But look at the glow underneath. I think that is really cool. So you can actually really turn this into a really bright nightlight. We can put 7-watt bulbs in there, like nightlight LEDs, to make it less of a glow. But I like the glow that he has now. My dog, look, my dog is underneath. He actually likes, he approves. He approves of this. All right, so I just want to, really fast, I just want to move him around to make sure that the little feet I put on him is stable. Yes, they are. I held it with Quake Putty, but Quake Putty doesn't hold cork. We learned that lesson today. Quakehold Putty is fantastic because it's undoable. You can actually, here, I'm just going to turn him again. You can actually, I can undo what I did at any time, and it won't even leave a mark. There we go. And yeah, we took the Carl Scheidegg lamp, well, porcelain figure, and we turned him into a giant nightlight. Why he didn't have the stuff underneath him, you know, like the hole on the side for the cord to go out, and the little holes in the top for the perfume receptacle, is really boggling my mind. Now here's the back of the figure, and I will show you, you see that darkened area on the back top of his head right there? That is where the perfume receptacle is built inside his head. Why didn't they put holes in it? I put my other light on, and he even looks cool, like light up during the daytime with the lights on overhead. Look at that glow underneath him. This is so cool. Why did they not make it into the lamp that they were supposed to make it into? God only knows. Maybe he was a reject. He was a reject on the line, on the assembly line. So how did he get in the USA? Maybe a communist, socialist had him and moved here. And I hope they don't create communism because I like capitalism. And there we go. All right. I'm going to ask AI questions about him, and because I don't like to end videos early. We're going to find out more information, boys and girls.
Today, we are looking at a truly unusual piece from the Carl Scheidegg factory in Grafenthal, Germany. The mystery of the no-hole perfume lamp. This porcelain dog figure features those striking, soulful glass eyes that Carl Scheidegg is famous for. What makes this particular figure so strange, and frankly, a bit of a head-scratcher, is its construction. Inside the head, there is a built-in well designed to hold scented oil, which strongly suggests it was intended to be a perfume lamp. However, there are no vent holes poked into the top for the scent to escape, and no hole in the back for a lamp cord. It is possible this was a transition piece, or perhaps a production error during a chaotic period in the factory's history. Regardless of why it was made this way, it left it as just a beautiful but silent figure. The restoration, turning a figure into a glowing lamp. To bring this dog to life, I've performed a completely non-invasive upcycle using Quake Putty, which ensures the value is protected because everything can be undone without leaving a single mark on the original porcelain. The glow. Now the entire figure radiates beautifully from within, highlighting the fine porcelain work and making those glass eyes truly pop. Historical context from private enterprise to state control. The mark on the foot includes GDR, German Democratic Republic, which dates this piece to the post-World War II era, specifically between 1949 and 1990. The Carl Scheidegg factory history. The Golden Age, founded in 1906, Scheidegg was known for high-quality artistic figurines and perfume lamps. The World War II impact. The factory barely survived the war. When the Soviet Union occupied East Germany, the factory fell behind the Iron Curtain. Socialist nationalization. In 1949, the GDR was formed as a socialist state. By 1972, the East German government completed a massive wave of nationalizations. The Carl Scheidegg factory became state-owned, often referred to as a VEB, or Volkseigener Betrieb, People's Own Enterprise. The decline of detail. During this state-owned period, the government prioritized high-volume exports to get foreign currency. Many intricate molds were archived or simplified to meet production quotas, which is why finding a piece with this level of detail, like the glass eyes and the perfume well, from the GDR era is quite special. High-end retail values. Because this piece is a functional lamp now, its desirability has skyrocketed for collectors who love TV lamps and mid-century lighting. Condition. Description. Estimated high-end retail value. Before conversion. As a standard GDR-era porcelain dog figurine with glass eyes. $75 to $125. After conversion. As a functioning, safely wired, glowing accent lamp with no damage to the porcelain. $250 to $325 plus. By adding the lighting kit without damaging the antique, I've effectively doubled to tripled the value. It's no longer just a shelf sitter, it's a centerpiece.
So once again, thank you for watching. I had fun making him into a lamp. He looks like he's floating, doesn't he? And it can be undone. So we got the plug over there. We got the Carl Scheidegg over here. He was actually really made very well, even though he was being made during the socialist government takeover. And I'm really lucky to have him. What kind of dog is he? I don't know. Maybe he's a Yorkshire Terrier? I don't know. You can tell me in the comments below. If you found this interesting, please put a 1 in the comments below. Now we know that if you have a hollowed out porcelain figure, you can turn it into a lamp. If you're going to do that, I would highly recommend only using LED light bulbs. Why? Because they don't get hot. And so, like, if the figure actually gets hot inside, it could crack. You can do this with glass as well. And so we made him into a lamp, but you can also do another thing. If you don't want to do what I did, go through all that trouble making him look like he's floating on air with the little feet and the corks and putting the bulb in there, you can get fairy lights. They sell these 6-foot long strands of fairy lights, 20 LEDs to a strand. You can get a 6-pack of those and take a shish kebab stick and push up the lights inside the crevice of the head part all the way up into the head, and then have more of it cascading downwards. And they're battery operated with these little battery operated packs attached to it, and you can actually put that up inside the lamp, and it can, well, the figure, and it can turn into a lamp that way. But the LED lights on those strands don't last very long. If you put it on, they can only probably last for about 6 hours total. Then you got to pull out all the pieces and then change the button cell batteries. This is a better fix because you could just plug it in. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.